So you clicked on this video to find blueprints in Arc Raiders. Well, I've got good news for you, as we are going to be going over blueprints, and I want your guys' help, as I'll mention later on in the video. I'll also show you guys one of the best strats to finding blueprints, and it's actually kind of busted, so stay tuned. Let's hop right into this. Alright, so let's talk blueprints. You guys should know by now, or if you don't, you will know, that if you guys do a specific event in Arc Raiders and you get loot from that event, which is pretty beneficial and it's more abundant, you will usually get better odds of getting whatever item you're usually searching for. Now, this also applies to blueprints, as you know, you might try to do raider hatches, stuff like that, of course, and there's always a chance of getting a blueprint in any item in the game, any container, but certain containers definitely have a higher chance. You know, compare a security breach locker to a little suitcase on the ground. The security breach locker is going to have a way higher success rate of finding those blueprints. Now, I've had a lot of mixed reviews on only one blueprint video that I've made so far, and it was going over the surveyor. Now, as I mentioned already, this game will change. They will nerf stuff, they will buff stuff. So yes, taking out the surveyor, you could have gotten way more blueprints previously compared to right now, and it's always random, you know, but in my experience, and everybody's experiences are going to be different, you might find a lot more blueprints than somebody else, and it kind of sucks sometimes. I want you guys to stop though and leave me a comment, consider subscribing, like the video, and I want you guys to comment how your blueprint search has been going. How many do you guys have out of 74, as they just recently bumped it up? So let me know. Have you guys found a lot? Have you guys found it easier? Also, put down below your guys' strategy to finding blueprints. That way, the community, whoever watches this video, you guys can discuss it and go over it. And maybe there's other strats that you guys find that are really helpful that might help out other people. Now, one thing is true. If you go to certain areas, in my opinion, and you loot stuff out of different containers, the odds of getting something totally different kind of lean in your favor. You know, if I've seen a lot of people talk about if they go to damn battlegrounds or just, you know, Buried City, for example, and they go into the houses and they loot the dressers and stuff like that, the cabinets, they will find a higher chance of getting blueprints. Now, I feel like it's a lot easier to maybe get a wolf pack or a modification to your gun, like an attachment, and I feel like that's true. You know, if you go to a gun locker or a gun case or just a red locker, I feel like it's a lot easier to maybe get a weapon blueprint. So let me know what you guys have experienced in that regard, if you guys think it works that way, or if you guys think it's like you can find anything in any container and it's just basically random. Now, I did do some testing on a certain event called the Electromagnetic Storm, and I did this in the Blue Gate map, and as you can see, I am basically looting around and I find this, as you'll see in a second, and I was just like, what in the... I found a grappler blueprint and a purple Stella Montis key card. Now, I have not gotten that lucky, and of course, I didn't really do too much searching after this because I kind of wanted to get out. But when this event comes up, I want you guys to play it for the entire hour and just loot everything, okay? I guarantee you, okay, I shouldn't say guarantee because I did that in the short video. You guys were pissed. I promise you that every other raid, you will probably find at least a blueprint, and it could be a really good blueprint. As you can see, I opened a red locker. I'll show you guys the area that I was in. and I found another purple item. Now, imagine playing on a map like this in the 2x event, which is the electromagnetic storm, and you just literally only go for loot. Go for loot like nuts. You will guarantee, I kid you not, you will find one every other game. So definitely hop in when this event is live and do not miss out. When playing in this event, you'll also find a ton of arc probes that have been struck down by lightning. This will help you guys with your trials, potentially, if you get that trial for the week. And if you guys would like to see me do some videos on how to complete trials every single week, I can start doing a video on that. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, the easiest ways that you guys are going to be able to find blueprints are by going into the 2x raids. These will basically be, if you go to your map, you look at the condition, it'll show a 2x at the top. That means that it is usually harder in some degree, maybe more arc, you know, as in the electromagnetic field event, you can get struck down by lightning very easily. So definitely go into these events as the loot is more abundant and you get better loot. So don't miss out on these events. Go in and try to loot as much as you can. And you know, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get a blueprint every single raid, but if you play on these events and you actually go hard for the blueprints, I'm guaranteed you guys will find some. Just try not to die. I also just wanted to let you guys know that there are new mines in Arc Raiders that will one-shot bombardiers and bastions. You can go to this trader and he is usually selling 3 of them every single day for around 8,000 unless they change it, and they are pretty good when it comes to the harder arc to kill. So definitely don't skip out on those. All you have to do is go up to them, place it on the bombardier or bastion, and this will give you a ton of money, a ton of XP, and potentially blueprints. Now, I don't want you guys to sleep on the security breach skill just yet, because it was nerfed, as many of you guys know. But if you guys go in, there is still a very high chance of finding those epic weapons or really good blueprints, as it hasn't been extremely nerfed. And if you go in a night raid or a 2x event, they are still really good. As you can see, I'll show you guys some clips of me getting some good loot with them. And yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you guys can get blueprints. There's a lot of easier ways, as a lot of you guys might just run around, not do events, and expect to find so many, and a lot of them are pretty hard to get, especially if you're newer, just like the legendary blueprints that you'll have to get from taking down the queen or the matriarch, which can be pretty troublesome if you don't have the correct items or weapons like the hole cracker. So yeah, these are the easiest ways to get blueprints in Arc Raiders. Like I said, these aren't gonna be like, you guys might hate on me a little bit here and there, but I want you guys to let me know your guys' strats and give me some feedback. I always appreciate it. Consider subscribing, check out my other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.